Hi guys, hope you guys are all having a good Tuesday. I got home probably like around 2:30 this afternoon. I wasn't even going to do a video today. I wasn't even kind of in the mood to do it, but I come in and I was working on some of those altered playing cards that I'm working on. I'm doing another book. And I had needed some supplies, so I had went to my son's room because on one side of his room he's got a bunch of boxes and baskets, and there's a shelf that's in there that holds a bunch of my junk because this house is really small. So I'm in there and I'm, going through stuff and trying to find stickers and all that good stuff. And I come across this box. And I don't know if I mistakenly brought it home or if I was meant to bring it home. And it just kind of got tossed to the side when we moved in here. So I opened it up, and it is full of pictures and a journal and just a lot of stuff that belonged to Tommy. And it got me to thinking as I was, I brought it out here and I was going through it. And I said, I talk about him sometimes on the channel, but I don't think you guys know, like, who he was to me and who he was as a person. So, and I think it's part of the healing process for me to kind of just share who he was. So I hope you guys are okay with that. I don't talk about him as much as I did because, you have to find one way or another to kind of find your closure. I can't really say that I'll ever have true closure of him being gone. But in life, it's just one of those things you just have to learn to live with. And it's kind of a huge step for me today. And what better place to do it than here with you guys? Because this is the first time I've looked at these pictures. This is the first time that I've flipped through anything from him, since March of last year. So I'd say a year now. To go through all the pictures and everything, it just kind of, it took me back a little bit, but I'm kind of surprised that it's not as emotional for me as I thought it would be. It's one of those dreaded things. You guys ever have something of somebody that's passed? Pictures were really hard to look at, as you all, know. But it was kind of like, I want to share who Tommy was. I want to show you guys who he was, because a lot of y'all hear me talk about him and you hear me talk about the devastation and the pain and the tragedy of him, passing and all. But I don't have a chance to really put his face with his name. I know that since then there's a lot of new friends that have come over and joined the channel. Tommy was my boyfriend. And last year in January, we had separated for a little bit the year before that. We were back in contact for a few months. He was living in Ocala, Florida, and I was going and seeing him, and I still had some of his stuff at our house, and we were trying to work on things. At one point we had discussed moving back, down south. It never really got that far, because for me, I was rooted in with my job and blah, blah, blah. I mean, I don't want to go into great detail, but it never got that far. On January the 17th, he was supposed to have contact with his mother, and he didn't. And I got a phone call from her asking if I had heard from him, and I had talked to him several days before that. And, of course, the panic set in. And from then on, I was put on this just freight train ride. And it was crazy, y'all. It was the craziest thing I've ever been through in my life. He had went missing. His phone, we could text it, but nobody was answering it. Long story short, he was murdered by a roommate. And he was put in a shallow grave in a forest in Ocala. And this person had gotten arrested and confessed to it and is now like in prison for it. And I don't want to go into great details of the case, but it was a very tragic loss, very, very tragic loss, all very sudden. And it was just completely mind-blowing for me to have to even hear those words, that it was him. Tommy was such a good person and was full of life, and he had so much going for him. A lot of changes were going on for him right before he died, and he was really trying to just get his life together. He had a journal that I have found in this book that I didn't even know I had, and I'm so thankful that it was never brought to my home due to a relationship that I was in last year. This person didn't approve, you know what I mean, of Tommy or anything like that. You know what I mean? I don't want to just, I'm not gonna turn it into this crazy, long, drawn out, dramatic thing, but he just didn't, maybe, I don't know. It's hard for me to even go there about it. I will just say that things were destroyed and things were thrown away that person had no right to do. And I'm glad that this was one of those things that was safe and put away that didn't get destroyed. And I'm going to leave it at that. And I'm very thankful for that. And I'm very thankful that I was able to, you know, find the other copies of the pictures that I have, because this is all I have left of him. And his mother sent me some of his ashes. So I was able to recreate another box, and I was able to put pictures and, you know, honor his memory the way I want to, the way that I deserve to, the way that I feel inside, because this is somebody that I love with all of my heart that was taken away. And when I'm ready to cross over that bridge, I know in my heart when that time comes that I'll be ready to release him, you know. And this is one of those moments today where it just kind of stopped me in my tracks. And Polly's singing to me. Anyways, it kind of stopped me in my tracks, and it just made me want to just take a few moments and, you know, share with you guys some of the pictures that I have of him so you get a better idea of just how crazy he was. We went to a beach down in Melbourne. This is the first picture that I took from him, and we were standing out and the waves were crashing all around us, and he hated this picture, y'all. Like, he really hated it. But I love that picture of him, and I'm so glad that I have another copy of it. It's really one of those pictures where he wasn't expecting me to snap it, but he's like, I hate that picture of me. Why do you have that picture? I don't like it. I've got some pictures here. He had wrote our names in the sand down there. And I'm going a little fast. You just want to hit pause because I don't have a whole lot of time. But he had wrote our names in the sand down there. We went to this park, and he loved the ducks. He loved ducks. Like, he loved them. And look at them. Or is it the geese? I don't know what you call them, guys, but the birds. So he was very much an animal lover. Here he is at the ranch with a horse. Such a jokester. He was such a jokester. One day he had sent me these pictures, or he had sent me this video on my phone, and he was in his laundry room waiting on his clothes to get dry, and he had a towel wrapped around him, and he called it a calendar video. And this is one of the freeze frames from it. That's how crazy he was. He was such a nut. This was right before he stopped the video, so crazy, crazy man. So crazy. He had so many different pictures that he would send me, like, throughout the day. This was one of my favorite ones of him. He actually got the bird to come up and eat out of his hand Doritos. I remember that day. It was so beautiful down there at that park. And I want to go back and visit that park, but it's probably going to be pretty emotional for me. Very crazy. He was very crazy. He didn't care. Like, he had no shame at all. He would just, whatever, you know. This picture's been shared on Facebook. It's one of my favorite ones. The sun's in his face, and he was really happy that day. Just before he died, he worked at Big Lots, and he used to send me pictures of him working at Big Lots. But I have some other pictures here of that park. There's just so many here. I'm just trying to be selective due to time. I had blonde hair when I dated him. And it's really crazy. This is one of my favorite pictures, and I'm so glad that I have another copy of it. I had copies of it before, and they got ripped up by a very selfish person. This is the one that was probably in the newspaper here when he went missing. Very handsome. Very, very handsome. You know, just, and I have a journal here too. And I was sitting here flipping through the book, and I could see it's almost like he talks to me in some of those pages, and it's just really awesome. It's a gift. It's a true gift to be able to have that, and not, you know, not have it in my house during that time for that person to find it and destroy it, basically, because that would have been really bad. Here's a picture from the beach. And there's a lot of those. There's a lot of those pictures that are like that. He had squatted down on the ground and had taken this one at like foam level. You can see his shadow in the picture, so that's kind of cool. But Tommy was a good guy, taken away way too soon. In the days after he had went missing, I had, you know, the days after they had discovered that it was him, I had actually traveled back down to visit with his family, and I had stopped at not that park, but a park that was connected to this park, and I took this picture. If you see, I think it's towards the background in the clouds. It's probably, see it back there? See the shadow back there? That was kind of eerie to me. I don't know if it means anything or not, but I just kind of keep that picture with everything. Before Tommy died, I had taken the picture that looks like this, and I had made it black and white, and I'd put it on a canvas, and I had it hanging up, and I kept it there. And I actually showed that to him. He loved that one. He loved it. But my plan, guys, is to take some of these pictures, and I probably have a ton more. I want to take them, and I went and got one of these memory books that looks like this from Walmart. And I started the first page on it back in March, or in, was it? I don't remember. It was one month out of the year last year I started to, but I just couldn't do it. So, but I did the first page of it on here. And that was a picture that he had taken that same day at the beach. So, I'm going to try my best to try to start moving forward with this and getting some closure and, you know, getting this album together and, you know, start putting things behind me, because, you know, I'm in a relationship with someone that truly is everything in this world to me, and he supports me and he supports all of this, and I think that's so important. I can't bring Tommy back, but I can live through those memories that I had with him and smile, because God knows I've cried so many tears, you know, but at least now you guys kind of have an idea of who he was. He was a very special person to me, someone that I will love for the rest of my life, someone that is very, very missed, and I know in my heart that the signs that I see around me are him. As crazy as that sounds to some of y'all, but he was a really good guy. He was a really good guy, and I'm blessed to have had him in my life, and I want to believe so much that he's a guardian angel now. So there you go, a little bit of info on Tommy and who he was and the special person that he was to me. Life is so short, guys. It's so short. Never, ever take a moment for granted, and always let those that are around you, whether it's a boyfriend, whether it's a friend, whether it's a family member, that you love them, because things can happen at the drop of a pen and life is over, and you're the one left behind trying to pick up all the pieces. You know what I mean? So this was special for me, and I'm so thankful you guys are taking the time to watch it. I feel really good today. I don't feel sad. I feel kind of happy. So thanks for watching, and thanks for letting me share this with you guys. I will try to come on and do another video, maybe tomorrow afternoon. I really want to get some shout outs out. So, for right now, I'm just going to kind of reminisce, and, you know, I have the journal, and it's almost like he's talking to me in it, and it's really special to me. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Talk to you later. Bye.